difficult environment. We know that conflict in urban setting is very dangerous for the civilian population. And obviously, a ground invasion in a place like Gaza, which is already besieged for the last years, where the population is weakened, in an area where the population can't move, actually, they can't escape, they can't flee. It's worrying. And as I said, based on previous experience, we know it's going to be very difficult. And what we've seen since Saturday is that civilian population has been targeted. What we've seen is way too many people wounded, killed, and basic principle of humanity which have not been respected. And what we fear is that what will come in the coming days and weeks, which will be in this continuity of violence without much limits. And really we call on all parties to stay within the humanitarian principle, to respect the basic principle of humanity within the law of armed conflict. It's really too very early. The level of violence is still very high, but we've asked for access. We ask also for the civilians who have been captured to have an opportunity to communicate with their family, to tell them that they are safe and well. We also ask that some people who have nothing to do in prison or who shouldn't be captured to be released. I'm thinking mainly, obviously, about the minors, about the people who are not directly related to this violence and conflict. For the time being, we hope that soon we will be in a position to bring in new supply out from outside Gaza and health and medical supply for weapon wounded is one of our priorities. So we engage with the authorities to make sure that very soon we can provide supply inside Gaza. But I repeat, for the time being, it's really hard to engage because of the ongoing violence. This highly frustrating situation where, to some extent, history repeating. And we've said it repeatedly over the last decades, that there needs to be a credible political process. Humanitarian actors won't solve the problem in Israel and occupied territory. It's highly frustrating to see, and it's true in Israel and occupied territory, but in many other countries in the Middle East, that only the security agenda prevails. But if you don't address the root causes of violence, you're doomed to repeat the same cycle of violence. And who pays the price? It's always the same people paying the price. It's civilians. And it's highly frustrating if we don't take seriously the root causes of this violence. If we don't address the political situation, that means having courage. That means making compromises. We're doomed to always repeat the same cycle of violence.